listen, if you're thinking about doing affiliate marketing and you're focused only on how much you get paid per conversion, you're making a big mistake, and I'm going to explain why. This is very similar to what I talked about in another video where I explained why ROAS in e-commerce and dropshipping is kind of bullshit. And honestly, a higher payout often gives me a red flag rather than gets me excited. I'm going to explain why in this video. Now, I've spent tens of millions of dollars of my own money running affiliate offers, mainly lead gen and pay per call. And I'll tell you what, when someone offers me a significantly higher payout than what I've been seeing, either the offer has completely changed, which could be a good thing, or there's something off about it. And I'm going to explain why right now. Okay. So let's say you have whatever the offer is, it pays you $50, right? And it costs you, and the funnel converts at 10%, and it costs you 50 cents cost per click. Well, what's going to happen is it's going to cost you $50 with this math to produce a $50 sale or $50 earning, that payout. You get the idea, right? So you make zero. Okay. Scenario number two, you get paid 30 bucks. The funnel converts at 20%. So your traffic is exactly the same. Your cost per purchase is exactly the same. Or no, I'm sorry, it's actually less. So it's going to be $25. And you're getting paid 30. So 30, 30 minus 50 equals, or wait, doing this wrong. 30 minus 25, 25 we had here, equals $5. So in this case, it's actually better not to get paid as much. Now, obviously, if I get paid 50 in scenario number two, that would be better, but I'll take a lower payout because the conversion rate's higher. So what's the point of all this? Why am I saying this? Because if you're in the affiliate marketing space, or even if you're working directly with advertisers, with offer owners, thing is, you don't know what their conversion rate is. You don't know if you're getting scrubbed. Basically, scrubbing is when they shave off a percentage of the conversion. So maybe they'll, for every 100 conversions, they'll actually report back 90 or 95, right? So they're taking basically like a 10% scrub off of what you should be earning. Okay. And it's bullshit, but you literally have no idea. And there's no way to control this unless it is your offer, and or they're just like super cool and they do good business, which happens too. Like, I believe a majority of the people I do business with do not scrub me. But on the other hand, I know people that have worked at affiliate networks where they have the dial and they do turn the dial up and take advantage of you, right? But honestly, if my ROI is like 30, 40, 50%, even if I'm getting shaved or scrubbed like 5 to 10%, and I have no idea, I really don't care that much, right? It becomes an issue when the margin's super slim, which usually working with your buyers and just showing them your numbers, like where you're at, be like, hey guys, like I spent 10 grand, I made back 10,500, or I've made back nine. You got to help me out here, right? Suddenly you may see things just start working in your favor. Not always, like there's not always fuckery going on, but it does happen. It is actually absolutely part of the game that is being played with affiliate marketing, lead gen, pay per call, health offers, doesn't matter, whatever is your advertising, okay? Because ultimately it boils down to greed. People are greedy. They're gonna want, if they see you getting sales super cheap, they're gonna want to get they're gonna want to pay less naturally, because they're gonna be in the mindset of, well, if I'm paying 50 and he's able to get these sales for 30, why don't I pay 35 or 40? He still makes, in their mind, they justify you making 15, 20% versus 30% or more just because, right? But in reality, if that was the truth for them, they would be getting $30 sales all along with their own internal media buying team, and they wouldn't need you, right? But clearly that is not what's happening, right? So once again, this is not always the case, but it does happen. Just want to bring this up. So why does this specific scenario around getting paid more not make sense? Well, it's pretty clear. Like the funnel, there's multiple variables here. One is the payout. The payout is a variable in itself. Obviously, you get paid the same, you get paid more, you get paid less. But the thing you have to keep in mind is that the conversion rate on the funnel is a huge lever. Okay. You can leverage the traffic to an extent, right? So, like the 50-cent cost per click we're seeing here, you have control over this, you have influence, right? Sometimes the baseline cost per click for the offer, like if you ever run a hyper niche single state, single city offer, it's gonna have a floor. Like we're running a San Diego campaign, and I mean, we burned through most of the offer's basically dead, right? And our cost per click is, I don't know, like $2 to $3, and it doesn't matter how many queries we test, that like based on our criteria and targeting, it's gonna come in, that's gonna be the floor, right? So conversion rate is another variable, and you can see here that makes a difference. A lower payout with the $30 versus the higher bucks, higher $50 payout on the left. I'd rather take the 30 with the 20% over the 50 with the 10% because the net outcome is it's just gonna be a better scenario, right? Like I'd rather make $5 every conversion versus zero or even lose some. Okay. So what you have to actually look at, let's clear this. If you're operating truly as an affiliate, you have to pay attention to the EPC. I'll write this out because my handwriting is really bad. Earning per click. Okay. So if it's costing you 50-cent cost per click and the EPC equals 60 cents, you win. You win 10 cents. Tu ganaste punto diez. You won 10 cents. You have earned 10 cents. Okay. If the EPC is 40 cents, then you lose. Sad face. Okay. This is how you have to think about it. But this is really just the outcome of the payout against the conversion rate, against potential scrubbing if it's happening. Okay. So when you go to test your next offer, like let's say you're running auto insurance. I'm sure you love that I always talk about auto insurance because it's one of the offers I've never really cracked. And but it's also very simple. Everyone kind of gets it. So let's say you're running an auto, and this actually happened because we probably tested like 20 auto insurance offers and we couldn't really get it to work for us. I do know people that have gotten it to work though to multiple six-figure days. So we tested probably like 20 some different auto insurance offers, and everyone would try to bait you with a higher payout. So let's say you have like Leadpeer, really good network. Lilia is awesome. I highly recommend them. And you're getting 10 or $11 cost payout per lead, right? Okay. And let's say it's $10. I think it was a little bit more than that. And let's say it's converts to 30%, right? So EPC, I think it was like $3 if you did a bridge page, or $1.50 it was direct, something like that. Just throwing out random examples here, not exactly what to expect if you run with leap year. But I would have a bunch of people say, oh, I'll give you like 15 or 20 and whatever, like but the thing is, you would actually have a 10% conversion rate for whatever reason. So your EPC is, if I could do the math really quickly, was at $1.50 to max $2, right? So in this case, if assuming the cost for the traffic, the cost per click is exactly the same, you're better off running scenario number one with the lower payout, but the higher conversion rate. So when you think about affiliate offers, do not get distracted by the payout. It may sound juicy, it may look sexy, It may sound better than what you're getting right now, and sometimes it is. It's always worth a test, assuming everything is equal. If you're going to run traditional like link out affiliate offers like auto insurance, it's best that you ask them for stats that they're seeing from other people running to the same from the same traffic source. So if you're running Facebook ads, you need to basically ask them, hey, what are you seeing EPC's direct link and with a bridge page in between on social traffic? And that will tell you what your baseline is, right? What you can expect. So then it really just becomes what's my cost per click? Okay, because if they tell you EPCs with direct link is $3, which it's not, this with a bridge page, right? So let's say it was $3, okay, and then your your conversion rate is, but let's say pause it right here and restart this. Let me think about this. So if they tell you that they give you these numbers right here, because often like good AMs networks will, then you know what your target needs to be. Your cost per click ideally needs to be 250 or less. Maybe like 275 if you really want to edge it, but ideally like 250 or less to have some margin baked in to push volume and scale. And this is the reality. Like this is the way it works. I mean, realistically, this is gonna be like $1.50 and your cost per click is gonna be coming in at 250. And then your job is to solve the delta and somehow create a margin, which isn't always possible or easy. I say that from experience of losing lots of money, testing lots of different offers. So hope this makes sense why the payout is a distraction and often does not give you the full picture. If you're talking of traditional affiliate offers with the link outs, you have to focus on the EPC against your CPC, factor in a bridge page versus direct link with that, because that also makes a difference. Typically 50% of your bridge traffic will click through. If you're running and then the numbers change. Like we do a lot of legal campaigns where we get paid on a CPA on a closed customer. Payout's really high, but the conversion rate's super low. So we're looking at sometimes a 1, 2, 3%, maybe some more, maybe a little bit more, depending on the campaign of a raw conversion of the lead against the cost per lead, which has its own numbers to it as well. So just keep this in mind. Higher payouts do not always guarantee success. More often than not, they are a red flag for me and should be for you as well.